What is this, you ask? Let me show you.
Hey guys, do you know what today is? Today is the day that I start my seeds. Because if you live in a small space, in a small home, then you know that starting seeds indoors in the winter is difficult because you don't have the space to set up tables and lights and all these things. And if you don't want to spend a lot of money on buying plants come spring, then this is how I am able to start seeds in the winter and not spend a lot of money doing it either. So what I do is I save all my seeds all summer, spring and summer long. I pick the dried seeds from my plants and I save them. I save them in brown paper bags because you don't want them to have moisture because then the seeds can rot, they can get mold. You want them to be dry. So I put them in brown paper bags and then see that? These are all marigold seeds, tons of them. That's a paper towel. Any moisture that was in there to suck that up. And then I have more marigold seeds over here, a ton of marigold seeds. So these are the marigold seed pods, and you just break it open, and those little black things are the seeds. And in here, my mother-in-law last year gave us a gorgeous, gorgeous red coleus plant. And look at this. Do you see in there all those little black dots at the bottom of the bag? Once the coleus sprouts those like little flowering stems out the middle, all the seeds are in there. Once those stems dry up, you snip them, put them in a brown paper bag, shake it around, and look at all the little black seeds at the bottom that come out. So I'm going to have gorgeous red coleus this summer everywhere in all my outdoor pots. Now, what do I need to start my seeds outside? And you can do this in February. Even if there's snow outside, you will have perfect plants come spring to plant. So all you need is your seeds, a box cutter, and let me bring you over here to show you how it is that I do this without buying plants and without having space indoors. Look at this. These are empty gallons that I've collected all winter long. And this is what I'm going to use. It's going to be like little greenhouses for my seeds. And I'm going to show you how I do that.
All you need is some empty gallons, a roll of duct tape, a box cutter, and some dirt. I spent a total of $11 on this project, and I'm going to have a beautiful garden all spring and summer long. And if you don't have gallons, there's so many ways you can get them. If you don't have your own empty gallons, you don't buy products in gallons, then just post on a website, a free cycle website. There's tons of them. And just post in search of empty water gallons, and guaranteed someone in your community will give you some, save them for you. And I gave away an entire bag of empty gallons today because I realized I had saved too many. So I posted it on my local community free cycle website, huge bag of gallons. If anyone's interested, pick up today. PM me, and I instantly got a ton of hits. There's even a green garden organization in my town that I wasn't even aware of, and they said that if there were any left, that they would be interested in them, but someone else had already claimed them, and a woman came and picked up the entire bag that I was giving away. And what was she doing with them? The same exact thing that I'm doing. And she was wondering how she was going to collect enough gallons to start all her seeds. And she was so grateful that I had posted the bag of free gallons on the website. So look at that.
It's really amazing. And you don't need the caps because you want enough air and water to get in here. But still, this is enough to keep it like a greenhouse and warm enough. Okay, so you're going to take your gallon and you're going to take your sharp cutter. Make sure you have a sharp cutter, people, because if you don't have a sharp cutter, this is going to be difficult for you. And you're going to take your cutter and see where the handle is. You want to start right after the handle, and you want about 4 inches. You're going to take your cutter and you're going to go around just like this, nice and easy. And if your cutter is sharp, you don't even need to put a lot of pressure. It just cuts right through by itself pretty much. Just like this. And you're going to go all the way around, and you're going to leave a little hinge. You want a little hinge like this. Because after you fill this with dirt and put your seeds in it, you're going to use duct tape to go around, and you want to seal that because you want moisture sealed in here, and that's going to make your greenhouse. So let me show you. After you cut this, you're going to take your cutter and you're going to poke little holes in the bottom of your gallon. You can just stab it and then go around like this to make little holes. If you have a sharp knife, you can use that. You just want to leave, I don't know if, can you see that? See how I made these little holes? It's just enough for water to drip through. Say it starts pouring rain, you want some water to seep through and not get moldy. Okay, so now use my mug. This is not a mug that we use for drinking. I bought these, they're gorgeous, but they do not keep your coffee hot. So I use it for other things like this. And you're gonna put dirt down there, just like that. Break it up. You want it nice and loose. And you don't have to get special dirt. You don't have to get expensive dirt. This was the cheapest dirt we could find. It's like a 10-pound bag for like $2.97. Just find the cheapest dirt you can find. It'll work. So you're gonna fill the bottom of the gallon with about 3 to 4 inches of dirt, just like that. And then you're gonna take some of your seeds, just like this. I have to get garden gloves on. And you're gonna sprinkle them in here, just like that, all around. So as you see, I have about 3 to 4 inches of dirt here. I sprinkled some seeds. And now what you want to do, soak it, and you want to make sure the water is running through the bottom, coming out the bottom. You want these nice and wet because you're making a nice little greenhouse effect in here. So I'm going to soak this really well, just like that. Get the seeds nice and wet. Okay, so now the water has started to drip out the bottom, and this is nice and heavy and saturated. And now you're going to take a little bit of dirt and just sprinkle it over the seeds. You don't really need to press it down, just very, very thin layer of dirt right over the top to keep them warm. Pretend you're tucking your seeds into bed. Just a very thin layer of dirt right over the top. Just like this. And now, one like this. And now we're going to put duct tape all around here to form the seal. I'm going to start over here where the hinge is, and I'm going to put a piece of duct tape right there, just like this. And this part is crucial because you want to make sure that this is sealed. You want to make sure that this is really sealed, because if not, it'll get dried out and you won't have the greenhouse effect. So make sure that as you're putting the tape on, you're pressing it down, just like that. Just like this. Go all around with your duct tape, just like this. Okay, so after you tape it, you should be able to pick it up by the handle and not have the bottom fall out. Okay, so see this? The bottom's not falling out. You could see the moisture in there. And now you're going to set this in the sun, and this is going to become full of water droplets all up here. And it's going to be your little greenhouse. And these seeds are going to start to sprout. You'll be able to peek in the hole when they start sprouting and see how nice and big the flowers are getting. That's amazing, really. Okay, so first one down. I'm going to leave that there. Right now, it is so sunny today. It is unusually warm for this time of year. It's March 1st, and I have an umbrella up because I was cooking in the heat, and I have a lot of gallons to go. See that? I have to do all those gallons. So I put an umbrella up, but once this is done, I will close the umbrella, and this table will get full sunlight, and my little babies will start growing in their little greenhouses. So I'm going to work on this for the next couple hours, get these filled up, and get all my seeds planted. Super excited about this. You don't need the caps, so you can just recycle the caps because you want air to be coming in through here. And I'm going to get some gloves on because I don't want my hands to get all nasty. There we go. Got my gloves on. Keep your nails from getting full of dirt. So now I'm going to put the dirt and just break up any clumps. You want it nice and loose. You don't want it compacted. I'm just going to take some of my marigold seeds and sprinkle them in here just like this. And I always make the assumption that not all the seeds are going to sprout. So I tend to put quite a few seeds. And remember, these seeds didn't cost me anything because these are seeds that I saved from last year's garden. And those are plants that I planted using seeds from the previous year's garden. And I did the same thing. So the plants I took out of last year's gallons became my garden last year. When they dried, pulled the seeds, and now I'm doing this again, and it's going to become my garden this year. So I just keep recycling the seeds. See that? Okay. This one's not staying open. There we go. So when the weather gets nice, everybody starts coming out. My neighbors are outside. I can hear them chit-chatting. My other neighbor's out there chopping. It sounds like he's chopping a tree down or something. I don't know what he's doing. All I hear is chopping, chopping, chopping. I'm out here doing my seeds. I was going to do this actually yesterday, but it rained all day. But even if there was snow out today, I was getting this done. All right. Okay, so now I'm going to tape these up. set you back down. Get these all separated. I'm going to start taping them up. You can always take the gallon, go like this, get some little pieces and just line it up and put tape like this to hold it into place. One on each side. And then you can easily go around and it'll stay in place for you. See? I'm just going to go like this, stick into my gloves. Okay, so now it's like held in place and you can easily go around with the tape and it'll stay in place. Because it can be, you know, a little flimsy when you're trying to do that. So this is a good way to help. I got to take my gloves off because it keeps sticking to the gloves. So I'm going to set these over here a second. And put the piece of tape just like this. Go around. All right. Gallon 2, done. Okay guys, so I don't even know how many I have here, but I have one table full. I'm in the home stretch now. I have 30 gallons here. I think I counted 30. This is all marigolds. I have 2 more gallons over there that are marigolds. And I have a little bit of marigold seeds left in there. So I'm going to do a couple more gallons of marigolds. And then I'm going to move over to the coleus plants. And I have a big old mess going on over here. Look at this table. Big hot mess, but that's okay. It's all worth it. And plus I can just hose this down, put a little soap on there, give it a little scrub, and we're all good. So I have a lot to clean up when I'm done, but it's all going to be worth it. So, and actually, I've only done 1.5 bags. I still have a lot of gallons left in there. And I have a whole entire bag of gallons back here that I haven't even touched yet. And I don't think I'm going to need them all. So I'm going to put that bag of gallons up on my local Free Cycle website, see if anybody else wants them. Maybe they want to do some seed starting outside. And if not, then it just goes in the recycle bin for the week. That's all. And you know what, people? As I continued to do this, I realized, because punching the holes in the bottom of the gallon is the hardest part of doing this. And I've realized after doing this for a couple years and doing over 3 dozen of these today, the fastest and easiest way to do the holes on the bottom is to punch them in the gallon before you cut the gallon. Yeah, I just realized that. Took me a while, didn't it? Took me a couple years to realize that. So, what I do, trying to figure out how to put you that I can do this without dropping you. Anyway, so here's my cutter. Here's the gallon. And the easiest way to do it is to cut the holes in the gallon now while the gallon is still intact, because it gives you more structure to do it. And then cut the gallon. So yeah. Cut the holes first, people, then cut the gallon, then fill it with dirt, then put the seeds, and you're good to go. Then you tape it up. This is the easiest way to, and you just have to take your cutter and just punch some holes in it. See how the gallon is holding up nice? It's perfect. So cut the holes first. And even if you accidentally cut a slit like this, totally fine, because the dirt's not going to come pouring out. You just want the water to be able to drain if it rains. You don't want it like flooded in there. You want it to drip, but still have the greenhouse effect. There you go. So that is full of holes. So cut the holes in the bottom before you cut the gallon, because once you start cutting the gallon, you literally lose any structure or stability that you had on the gallon. Now we're moving on to the coleus seeds. They are in here. I could sit there. There's hundreds of coleus seeds in here at the bottom of this bag, but they're mixed in with the leaves and some stems, and it would take me forever to put these on a plate and start separating them, and then crease the paper and gently tap it to separate the little tiny black dot seeds. So I am just going to take this all as is and put it in the dirt and hope for the best. I've never done coleus seeds before. This is actually the first time. I didn't even know what coleus was until I got that plant last year from my mother-in-law, and I fell so in love with that plant. So let's see if any of these turn out. So I'm just going to sprinkle them. Just going to sprinkle this all over and see what happens. Oh my God, look. Do you see? I don't know if you can see that. Let me turn this around. You see all those black dots on my hand? Those are the coleus seeds. So I am going to come over here and try to get these off my hand in there because they're so tiny and delicate. Look, I still have some on my hand. So let me get these off in there. All right, done. I am done planting my garden. I just have to put a little dirt over this, water it, and I'm done. Okay guys, I am done. I have all my gallons planted. I have 3 coleus and about 35 marigold gallons. And now comes the fun part, cleaning up this mess. So I'm literally just, that's where you guys were sitting. I had you on top of here. So I'm just gonna hose this all down, clean this all up. I gotta put the hose on stronger. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay guys, here is the fun part, hosing everything down. So that's it, folks. My 2024 garden has started. And if indoor space is limited and you want to start your seeds in February, use some gallons, put them outside. Even if there's snow outside, these gallons can sit in the snow and you will have flowers and plants and vegetables. About last year, I started them in February, and come mid-April, the plants were up here. They were up here. Some of them were starting to come out the top. Yep. And there was snow on these things. Doesn't matter. It's a foolproof way of getting your seeds started and having plants ready to plant in the ground come spring. Anyway, thanks for watching. And you know what? I'll do a follow-up video to show you in a couple months what these plants look like. Okay guys, so this is day 2. Do you see how the gallons have all this moisture accumulated on top? That's exactly what you want to see. Now, if you come out and you check your gallons and there's no moisture, then you want to put a little bit of water in there, right through the spout on top. Just put a little water in there because it means that they're too dry. But these look beautiful. So this is good. Just check them every few days or so. Okay guys, thanks for watching. And if indoor space is limited, but you love to garden and you want to get your seeds started because you live in an area where it snows and you need to start seeds for a couple months before you're allowed to plant outside, then this is a great solution. Thanks for watching. I hope you got a great idea. And if you try this, I hope it works wonders. Thanks for watching. Bye.